Hi Chiara, Daphne here. Lovely to have you with us for the course. Thank you for getting involved. Really good to have some feedback and some help for your exam. So let's have a look at this. Some people think schools have to be more entertaining. Others think their sole purpose is to educate, which you agree with. Use specific reasons and examples to support your opinion. Some people think schools have to be more entertaining. Yep, well done, good. So that's the question. You're really sort of trying to understand what we mean here. Schools are fundamental. Okay, school is fundamental, for the development of children and teenagers. In this context, some persons claim schools should provide more entertainment to students, while others suggest their exclusive role is the education of scholars. Good. This essay will discuss both views. Really nice start. Okay, school is fundamental for the development of children and teenagers. Yes. In this context, some persons, now, we would actually say some people, not some persons, but who? I think it's really important to give these people a name. So some teachers, some teaching professionals, some methodologists, or teaching methodologists or something like that. But always think who would be the people. Then immediately you're getting marks for thinking, but also marks for vocabulary. Claim schools should provide more entertainment to students. Now, immediately here, you need to give an example such as, because the problem is you're using the word from the question. I know you've changed the form, but it doesn't matter. You need to say such as more sport, art. You talk here about hobbies, but be specific. Yeah, sport, art, drama, something like that. What others agree their role, good. Now, it's an opinion essay, so I believe that when it's very clearly which do you agree with, you need to have your opinion here and again at the end. So otherwise you're fine. First, it's important to say that children spend many hours at school. For this reason, they should have the chance to enjoy some time with schoolmates and establish a positive relationship with teachers in order to develop socialization and good behavioral skills. Excellent. Furthermore, school years also serve to define the disposition and passion of the pupils. Therefore, it's necessary to dedicate times. Okay, I really like this, but what I'm going to say is I think every sentence you should push a bit more. Time with schoolmates, establish a positive relationship with teachers in order to develop, So, this is, or this could be under or developed in the or by engaging with regular extracurricular lessons, such as dance, art classes, or even trips outside the classroom to add value and enhance learning, or enhance learning and skills, something like that. That's not perfect, but this idea of one extra sentence, which is your development sentence. So what you're doing is absolutely perfect, but this is what's going to get you the extra marks. So, yep, lovely idea to do this, and this could be developed by, or this could be I don't want to have developed because you have developed, but this could be done, I know that's not the right word, by engaging with regular extracurricular lessons such as dance, art, or even trips outside the classroom to add value and enhance learning skills. So you see how much extra I'm adding here. One phrase there, and then here, why? To add value. So that sort of thing is really important. Furthermore, school years, and then here, because. Same again, add more there. Okay, I know it makes your essay longer, but it doesn't matter, because you're not too long. What are you here? 350. Oh, okay. All right. I won't go too mad. You don't want. 360 is fine. Whatever. And then, for example, maybe add a little example there. And then, however, since school lays the foundation of young adults' knowledge, I think you need to say their academic knowledge. It has to be based on a strong educational program. Furthermore, if school time would be completely used to study and improve children's education through hard working, etc., homework could be reduced. Now, I went fast on that because I'm looking for the conditional. So if school was completely, you've started with a conditional. I mean, this is a conditional sentence, which is great, but you have if plus the past simple. So if school was entirely used, not completely, you'd have entirely used to study, homework could be reduced. Okay, so this if plus past simple on your grammar. And then the other half of your sentence is your modal verb, which is all the way here, could, or could be reduced, and children could dedicate more time. Excellent, well done. These issues are exemplified by a recent study by Edinburgh, just by Edinburgh Uni, which showed that students spend an average of 2 hours a day during homework, thus not being able to do any pleasant activities or sport in their leisure time. Absolutely. Okay, so let's get back to this. The academic has to be based on a strong programme. If school was completely used to study, homework could be reduced and children could dedicate more time. Okay, so they do all their work at school. Nice one. Showed that studies spend an average, a leisure time, and this work could have been done, completed during school hours or study during university hours. I think you just need that little last sentence to reinforce this point you made at the beginning. Think of your paragraphs as a circle. You're kind of going back up to the beginning point there. In summary, there's no doubt that school has a duty to educate children and improve their knowledge. However, at the same time, it has to give them both the responsibility to socialise and the possibility to enjoy time with schoolmates. I disagree that the sole purpose has to be education. Strongly believe a balance. Really nice. That's a very, very good essay, Chiara. You make very few errors in English. This is rare. The quality of your writing is excellent, but you're making hardly any grammar mistakes. I mean, just that conditional is the only grammar thing that I'm picking up on. So let's focus just on adding the extra little bits of information into those paragraphs, really developing those sentences. Okay, so doing an activity with a child. Now, this for me is younger children, and this is not really school. So it's important that we differentiate. I know these essays come together, but they're like not the same essay, obviously. Could develop better skills and creativity than reading. The education of pupils has always been a debated issue. So I wouldn't do pupils here. I do youngsters, or the best way to, and maybe not even educate, maybe the best way to encourage learning or introduce learning to youngsters. It's possible that some people believe that enjoyable activities are preferable to develop better skills and creativity, whereas others claim reading will be the key. Okay, so what you're doing here is very much paraphrasing that sentence. It's okay to go away from that a bit. You don't have to be exactly paraphrasing that. Therefore, it's possible that it's possible because we already know that from the question. Therefore, I just go while, which is quite a nice word, while some people believe that enjoyable activities, that should be plural, are preferable. And again, like the first one, I'd say, such as, like give an example of what you mean. Going to the park, playing football with friends, that sort of thing. Creativity, if I've put while, you can't have whereas. Otherwise, just go therefore some parents, while others claim reading will be the key. Okay, this essay will discuss both views and then so your opinion in here. Yeah, demonstrate why a balance between the two should be pursued. Okay, yes, but sometimes in IELTS it's actually easier just to take one side. I agree with you personally at balance, but sometimes it's easier just to say, do this, yeah, or I believe this, just because it can make your writing stronger. On one hand, hobbies like playing an instrument, painting and crafting could increase here a child's manual and practical abilities as well as their imaginative That should be an adjective. Imaginative skills. Moreover, pleasant activities such as outdoor excursions and sports undoubtedly help to develop coordination in young adults. I'd go young children, and are mandatory in order to satisfy the biological need for exploration and physical movement. Movement, a bit more here, allowing children to discover their limits and learn from mistakes while exploring. Something like that. Just this sort of extra idea in here. Numerous studies show, here I go, have shown. Let's get a bit of variety in the tenses. Have shown that. Present perfect. Early movement experience is critical for building connections in the brain. Really good. Nice paragraph there. On the other hand, here, there is no doubt, it is widely agreed that reading books has a relevant role in the education during childhood. You don't need the. In fact, babies and young children are powerful learners, enticing. So, interesting grammar. As they are, you have to have the ing. Enticing them to consult books or to read stories stimulates both their aptitude for study and ability to concentrate. A recent study, ability to concentrate, let's go a bit more depth, which will be useful, which will be a core skill once school begins. So if we're looking at preschool children, so this adding a relative clause here, I'm just developing it a little bit more. Do you see? A recent study by the University of Melbourne showed that frequent reading sessions. Sorry, it's interesting here. It is correct, the University of Edinburgh, but it would be, sorry, when you said before Edinburgh University, you don't need the, but here you do, by the University of Melbourne. So maybe it's just with the English ones that we don't do that. Showed frequent reading sessions to children at a young age had past tense there because your examples in the past tense, a direct causal effect on schooling outcomes. Overall, although the fundamental skills that can be improved by the practice of enjoyable activities, it's also relevant that children get used to studying and concentrate through focused reading sessions, plural. Which is I strongly believe combining. Really nice, so clear you're writing, Chiara. Absolutely fantastic. Very, very good work on both those. And I hope these little suggestions are helping you. Well done.